Welcome to Headliners. We're here today to interview a gentleman from the DLA called Colin Smith. The reason we want to interview Colin today is that deaf people apply for DLA for funding, but there is not an equal distribution of the money. So we want to know why it varies so greatly from one person to another. We have people with a range of hearing loss, from profound deafness through to a little hearing loss, but the DLA that they're awarded varies greatly. So we want to research and find out the reasons why this happens. Could you actually give me a definition of DLA? What does DLA actually mean?
Well, DLA is a special government benefit provided for children and adults where a disability affects the day-to-day life of that person.
So, for example, what's the criteria that you apply?
Looking at the extent of the disability, we then try to judge whether the disability is mild, moderate or severe in its implications on your life, and match a level of financial money for DLA to that level of disability.
So I've got an example, a story to put to you. So if I just refer to my notes. So if you think these are three people with a hearing loss. The first person is profoundly deaf, so has no useful hearing, and actually gets the minimum allowance for DLA. And then at the extreme of this spectrum that I'm explaining to you, you have somebody who has a hearing loss, but has some residual useful hearing, but they actually get the maximum DLA, and that's been awarded to them for life. And then we have the third person who has a degree of hearing loss with some useful hearing and a little speech, but they have to apply every 5 years, and they've been awarded the middle rate. So I'm wondering why that's happened.
I'd like to know that also. If I can explain first of all that the nature of how the specialist staff decide who gets this money, it's a very subjective decision. All of these benefits are judged on the extent of what someone is telling us in their application. Now, sometimes the person applying for the benefit is not good at telling us the problem. Sometimes the problem is understated or underestimated. We are then working on possibly faulty information.
Okay then, so let's think about the difference in these three cases, that one person has to apply every year, another person has to apply every 5 years, and somebody else has been awarded it for life.
Right.
And then actually there's a fourth person that I hadn't mentioned who has been refused each time that they've applied and appealed.
Okay. Everyone is different. We're all different people. Different disabilities affect different people in different ways. It's a very subjective process that we have to work on. If they are turned down, they have the opportunity to write back to us or contact us and say, I'm not happy with this, I want the matter looked at again. Someone may be awarded this benefit for maybe 1, 2, 3 or 4 years, a short-term period. It might be that with specialist treatment or specialist equipment, we might feel that the nature of the disability may improve in years to come. We have a duty to award the DLA benefit only where we know the disability will last for so long into the future. So it may be that medical advice or information that you have presented to us only gives us enough information to work on to give this benefit for a short period of a short number of years.
Well, why is that not happening now then? So in the example of the profound deaf person that's only been awarded it annually, and they have to be reviewed each year.
That's a very good question. It may be that the nature of the profound deafness has been with the person possibly from birth or for a lot of years. I think how we look at deafness is that when did the nature of the deafness occur? Is it something that this person, young or old, has lived with for many years and has accustomed themselves and adjusted to the deafness? Someone like that may have a lesser chance to succeed with their claim than someone who has become deaf very recently through a traumatic accident. And they are always, I suppose they are also coping with the trauma of going deaf. You've got the physical coping with the deafness and the shock of it happening. Someone who has not yet adjusted may stand a better chance of getting an award of DLA in that situation. Many of the staff who deal with these benefits are able-bodied people. We don't always understand how the disability is affecting the person behind the claim. We still have a lot to learn, I think, about how disabilities affect people.
I think there needs to be something more kind of equality and fairness in the system, certainly.
I think there should be really strict guidelines that everyone has to follow. And then if they're unsure about something, they'll go to the head or their manager. And then there should be deaf people involved in the organisation who can have their view on it, so they can empathise with the person because they know what it's like. But everyone's different and everyone accepts their disability differently, so it will vary. Okay. Going on what Abby said, I was really shocked when they said that there was no deaf people working for them. It's quite obvious that they need a deaf person's point of view.
Wait for the world to change.